So on my previous video, I had a guy comment and said he lost respect for me. He lost respect for me because another chick went out of her way when she had a guy. She went out of her way to talk to me. She went out of her way to make herself available to me. Right now, before we read that comment and a few other comments that this guy has made, let's get something understood. Okay, let's get something real clear and understood. This is the after pill. When I speak from research. When I speak from my own lived experiences. When I speak from others' lived experiences that I've witnessed and understood to be true. Right? Listen, I've had my chick took. I've had my girlfriend taken away from me. Right? I've been bamboozled. Right? I've been in the position of no power. I've been in a position where women took advantage of me as well. And here's a story right here. I remember I was 16 years old, right? I was head over heels for this chick, right? Head over heels. And mind you, this is the chick that I lost my virginity to. She didn't know that. I played it off like, I was, the playmaker in the bed. I played it off like I had a bunch of bodies, like I knew what I was doing. But ultimately, I got my experiences from Korn. That's where I got my experiences from. But that's neither here nor there. This is the woman, or this is the girl that I lost my virginity to. So there was this male best friend, right? Or this male friend, which was really her ex, right? Which was really her ex. And I remember, going back and forth with her about this guy. Oh, he's just a friend. He's harmless. Yeah, he my ex, but he means nothing to me. He just stop by and say hey, every once in a while. And we was together or on and off for about 6 to 9 months, right? 6 to 9 months, probably a year, but let's just say 6 to 9 months. And this guy was always lingering around. Every time she posted a picture on Facebook, he was liking it, putting heart eyes and stuff. And she just continued to play it off like, oh, that's my best friend. So eventually I got a hold over some of the messages that he was sending her. And these were relationship type messages. These were sexual type messages. And I remember going back and forth, confronting her about it. And she admitted that they were just, they were fucking and doing all kinds of stuff and all this stuff. And I told her to pick and choose. Pick and choose who you want. Pick and choose. You have to let him go if you want to be with me. Right? And girls want to cry when they get in a sticky situation, and she was crying and was like, I love you and all of this stuff, blah, 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 blah. But ultimately, what ended up happening is I told her to let him go. Let him go. I was the guy in the seat begging this chick to let this guy go. To let this guy go, hoping that she would let him go. I was crying too, my little bitch ass. I was crying too. I'll admit it. I don't have no shame in my game because I understand that these situations and these ordeals have made me the man that I am today. That's why I can speak on certain issues. That's why I can speak on certain things because I've been there. I've done that. I've been in the driver's seat. I've been in the passenger seat. I've been in the back seat. I've been all around. I understand the after pill isn't a straight way. Life is multifaceted. The after pill is multifaceted. Am I anti-marriage? Not necessarily, right? Not necessarily. I agree with marriage that works. However, I know that marriage in today's time doesn't work for the majority of men. So no, I don't condone it. However, I'm not anti-marriage, right? So you have to understand the thought process behind the after pill. You have to have been in certain situations to understand how I come to certain conclusions. Okay? Do we have that understood? Right? So I was the guy begging this chick to let this guy go. And ultimately, to make a long story short, she ended up choosing that guy. Yep. And guess what? Guess what? We were 15, 16 at the time. This guy had to be 19, 20. He was already out of high school. He was already a grown adult. She chose him. Yep, he had a car and all that stuff. He was more mature, right? More mature. He was an older guy, probably had a job and all that stuff. She chose him. She chose him. It is what it is. I was sick. Sure, yeah, I was sick. There was a chick that I was screwing as well, right? This was a chick that I had fell head over heels for. Yeah, I was sick. And then another situation that happened to me when I got grown, and I told this about this story a few times, but this is when I went to the military. This is when I went to the military, you know, fine, thick Latina. Woo! I still have memories about it. And dudes around me were so jealous that I got her. It didn't make no sense. They were trying to sabotage me and all kinds of stuff. But some of the things that they end up saying ended up being true. I mean, she ended up being a little thought pocket. But I fell head over heels for this chick, man. We bought matching shoes, matching clothes. We were always together, holding hands. And she was in a graduating class that was above me. So she was leaving before me. And I wrote her, you know, love letters and all that stuff. Like, you know, I can't wait till I graduate here, and you know, I'm gonna come to Texas, because I think she was either from San Antonio or something. I think she was from San Antonio, and you know, I was telling her, yeah, when I get out of here, we're gonna be together and all this stuff. Man, when she left, she blocked me. She blocked me, and I'm telling you, there was no signs of distress, nothing. No signs of distress, no signs of, you know, oh, this not going to work out. We were good. We were good. Everybody was looking at us, you know, and they were like, dang, we wish we can be like them. Like we were the quote unquote couple. We weren't officially together, but you might as well say we were. But we were that couple per se. And when she left, she blocked my number. And I was trying to get in contact with her. Her close friends were trying to get in contact with her. She blocked them too, right? And lo and behold, she had a whole husband and she had a whole kid at home, I believe. She was married. She was married. And this is a chick that I fell head over heels for. Head over heels. Like, I'm telling you, and this is around, I guess I was around 20 years old, going on 21, I think, 19, whichever one, whenever I was in the military, right? I was head over heels for her. Man, I was sick. I was sick. I had to be sick for at least 2 years. Like, real sick, definitely for a whole year, but I was sick to my stomach. I was sick. And when I found out she blocked me and I found out certain things, I didn't want to get out of bed. I was depressed. I was like, damn, why she do me like this? I thought we were good. I've been in them shoes. But let's read this comment. I'll go ahead and put it on the screen, right? I'll go ahead and put it on the screen. So this comment reads, he said, bro, I just lost respect for you. And this is the video from yesterday. So I'm gonna pin that video right here for you guys to go look at that video. So he said, bro, I just lost respect for you. I unsubbed. I actually have respect for my fellow man. I don't fuck with taking women. I'm far from desperate. Bro, I'm nowhere near desperate. So you clearly missed the point. And he goes on to say, you a hypocrite though. You talking shit and doing your fellow man dirty like that. I've had married women want that good D. I said, nope. I ain't doing that shit to a good man. Karma, dude. It's a real thing. You sit up there bitching all the time and you out here part of the problem. Bro, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell your bitch ass something. Because clearly, see, some of you guys, y'all just can't handle the truth. Y'all just can't handle the truth. And let me tell you something. Let me make something clear before I get into my rant. Nobody gives a fuck about your morality. Nobody gives a fuck about your character. Nobody can give a fuck about any of that shit that you talking about. Like I said, everybody bitch can get took. Even mines. I'm not exempt. Listen, I'm not exempt from a lot of this shit that I talk about. I may be in a better position than some men based on a few different things, but I'm not exempt from any of these things that I talk about. I can get my bitch took too, as I've just explained. And those are not even the only situations. Listen, this is survival of the fittest. The strongest survive. Nobody cares about, I wouldn't do my fellow man. Nobody gives a fuck about that shit. You got some dogs out here. You got dogs out here who will eat your bitch ass alive and eat your bitch alive. They don't give a fuck about you being a good man. They don't give, your bitch don't even care about you being a good man. So why you think a whole monster out here would give a damn if your bitch look good and she can get took? Guess what's gonna happen, my guy? She gonna get her ass took, especially if she going. Especially if she going. And I think you missed a few things within the video. Where listen, okay, I think I know what you're talking about. You talking about when I said that, it was a little chick, little bad little chick. She was talking about her boyfriend and she was talking about how she wanted to get her nails done and all that stuff, right? I think you're talking about that, right? And I said, "Oh yeah, I can do that for you." I said sometimes I take the bait. Listen, listen. I guess, see, some of you guys, y'all think y'all just so goody two shoe, right? It amuses me. Y'all think y'all so goody two shoe, and y'all just so in a high moral upstanding position, right? Listen, if you ain't never been in these situations, and since you complaining, I can already tell that you've never been in these situations like that. You've never been in these situations, right? Married women, from my perspective, they're always off limits. First and foremost, first of all, that shit disgusts me. You think, okay, at first, like I said, when I was a technician, I was installing cable in people's homes, right? When I was doing that, and these chicks, married chicks, they were, giving me the flirty eyes and, trying to hint at me. Yeah, it feeds your ego at first. It feeds your ego at first. I do have to admit, right? You have to admit the truth. Y'all sitting up here acting like y'all just so goody two shoe and just so good, upstanding God character motherfuckers. No, y'all ain't. Stop it. Y'all the first motherfuckers people need to watch. I look at a side eye at men who like to claim this moral, upstanding character. Man, y'all don't get y'all bitch ass on somewhere. Y'all ain't fooling me. Y'all ain't fooling me because I know how it is to be a man. Yes, you can be a good man and still fall short. It doesn't matter. But anyway, when I go into these guys' homes and I'm installing, and their wives are doing the most, right? If they're doing the most, yeah, it fed my ego a little bit. Oh yeah, like look at these guys. They're in these big old houses and they got the Benz and a Mercedes outside and their bitches are choosing me. Yeah, it feeds your ego. And then you get to thinking, well, damn, I could be in that same position. I could be the fucking provider. She living good, eating good, driving good, and she looking at this big swole black dude, and she trying to give him the cheeks. Yeah, then it started rubbing me some kind of way. Now I'm disgusted, right? But you have to have been through those situations to really think through and clear those situations to come to certain conclusions. Now, do you have certain guys who just don't give a fuck, like I just explained? Bro, you have monsters out here. You have monsters out here. And I don't even talk to taken women. Taken women talk to me. What are you talking about? And y'all think that your fellow man, I have plenty of videos explaining your fellow man. Your fellow man don't give a fuck about you. Your fellow man could care less about you. Let a female get involved. Your fellow man is throwing your stupid ass up under the bus, right? And I'm not one of those guys who do that. I'm just explaining situations. And sometimes if a chick is bad and you want her, listen, if she complaining about her boyfriend, that's not my problem. That's not my problem. If it's something that I want and I end up taking a bait, it is what it is. I don't owe that motherfucker. I don't owe him no loyalty. I don't owe him no whatever the case is. If your bitch is going, bro, she is going. And if she wanna suck on a big meat, she gonna suck on the big meat. She wanna get bent over and her hair pulled and her guts pushed down into her esophagus, up into her spleen, then it is what it is. Right? If she want a monkey branch over, I'm not trying to wife her. I ain't trying to do nothing. I just like what I see. And if she going, she going. Like I said, sometimes as a man, you do take the bait. Sometimes, yeah, you get so visual that damn, like, yeah, she got a man, but I mean, if she with it, I'm with it. Sometimes it get like that. Sometimes it get like that. So life is not just a straight shot. You can be a man and try to live this like I said, up this moral character if you want to. Even preachers and pastors and people of these religions, even they fall short. How many times do we hear stories of men, with little kids and with children and with underage girls or with multiple women when they have wives, bro? It is everybody. Just because you feel like you up here doesn't mean that you up there. What Kanye said, how you stay faithful in the room full of hoes? How do you? How do you? I'll answer that. 99% of men can't. They can't, right? You can try. You can try. But the men that see here's the thing. The men that can, they don't have a bone to pick in the first place. They don't have a bone to pick in the first place. But given the opportunity, they'll fall just like any other man, right? So, bro, I first and foremost, I don't give a fuck if you unsubscribe. The show will go on. See, like I say all the time, I want the strongest men around me. Everything, all truths ain't comfortable truths. Most truths are uncomfortable truths. You sitting up here talking about, I don't like it. I lost respect for you, how you did your fellow man. What? How did I do my fellow man? First of all, my fellow man must not have his shit together. My fellow man must not be listening to the after pill because I told my fellow man, these bitches are on go, especially if you don't have your shit together. I told my fellow man this. I'm giving my fellow man advice every single day. You talking about karma? I'm putting in the work. I'm telling my fellow man these bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. I'm telling my fellow man this. I'm telling my fellow man to get your money together. I'm telling my fellow man to get your body together. I'm telling your fellow man to get their shit together because your bitch gonna be looking at me or another guy who she thinks in a higher position, right? Whether that's in looks, whether that's in body, whether that's financial, she gonna be looking at somebody like me because you ain't got your shit together. Right? And maybe you do got the finances together. Maybe she looking at you like a fat, sloppy piece of shit who dick can't get up. And she looking for a strong, testosterone-filled ass horse, right? She looking for a horse to knock her back off. She looking for a horse to get her spine rearranged, right? Life ain't always this or that. Life ain't always that or this. Life is multifaceted. Life is different depending on who's who, how you living it. Like it's different, especially as a man. Not everything is a straight shot, right? Yeah, sometimes guys, they're gonna be out here fucking your bitch. Some guys gonna spare you, right? That's just like fighting, right? What kind of chance you gonna take? See you the type. See some of y'all the type to y'all wanna, oh, like let's fight, right? But there's gonna be somebody else who's gonna gun your stupid ass down. You think you think you think I'm about to fight? You think I'm about to fight on the street? No, you swing at me, especially if I'm in a stand your ground state, which I am. I'ma shoot your stupid ass. I'm not about to fight. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. It's the strongest of the motherfucking fittest. You think I'm about to fight just because, oh, it's more manly to fight? No, I'm going to send your ass to the Undertaker. I'm sending your ass to God Almighty. I'm not about to fight with you and risk me losing my life. Nah. For what? If it's justified, I'm gunning your stupid ass down. See, y'all got to get out of this mindset of thinking Just because you thinking this moral character type man, that somebody else is thinking that way. No, and just because somebody isn't thinking that way doesn't make them evil, doesn't make them a bad person. Yes, opportunistic, but not an evil person, not a bad person, right? That doesn't make me a bad person because I took the bait, right? Shit, it must not have been his bitch then if she's on go like that. See, some of y'all be in relationships with these chicks and they don't be in relationships with y'all. Let's just call it a spade a spade. Just like I told the story of the chick she using the guy that she living with to stack up her money. So obviously she don't view him as a suitable mate. So obviously she's not viewing him as somebody that she wants to be with. She was viewing me as somebody to be with. She wanted me to take her from him and put her up under my wing so she can bounce on my dick. It is what it is. I can't help it. When you him, you him. Like I said, nobody, like you can't judge because somebody's not thinking like you. You can't. Why? And how? Like I said, you want to get into a street fight. Oh, put the gun down, bro. Put the gun down, man. Somebody gonna send your ass to God. Thinking like that. Somebody gonna send your ass to the grave. You have to think like a monster out here. You have to think like the strongest of the fittest out here. You think when it comes to competing in business that somebody cares about driving you out of business? Do you think as an entrepreneur that somebody cares about like how many customers that you're getting? You think they care that they're taking on your customers? Do you think people give a fuck? No, people don't give a fuck. Get out of this victim mentality. Get out of this mindset thinking somebody owe you some shit. That's what's wrong with a lot of y'all. Y'all think somebody owe you something. Yeah, practice whatever you want to practice. If you view it as immoral, then that is you. But somebody else will get out here and snatch your stupid ass up. You get out here talking about you wanna fight like a man. Nah, I'm not fighting like no man. I'm going a savage route and sending your ass straight to the Undertaker. Sending your ass straight to God. I ain't got time for that. Take his stupid ass up out of here. Get his ass up out of here. Game over for his ass. Like, I'm trying to win the game. I'm not trying to compete. What y'all think this is? I'm not trying to get jiggy and dance in the street with you. No. Send his ass to the grave. Get his ass up out of here. Thinking I'm about to fight. You swing on me. Fuck. And just like when it comes down to these bitches, just like when it comes down to business, just like when it comes down to war, just like when it comes down to anything. Just because you surrender doesn't mean that somebody's not. Listen, guys, just because you surrender, it does not mean someone is going to spare you. It does not mean that. You can surrender all you want to. But there's going to be somebody bigger and more savage than you who's willing to take it. Who's willing to take that risk, who's willing to take your bitch, who's willing to put your business out of business, who's not willing to fight but gun your ass down. Listen, this is savage. You got to be in savage mode. That's why some of y'all ain't cut for life. Some of y'all just ain't cut for life. Because you thinking somebody owe you some shit. History have showed you over and over again that your fellow man don't owe you shit. This is why we have wars. This is why whole armies went into villages and went into cities and killed all the men and took all the women for themselves. This ain't nothing new. Killed all the sons. We don't need somebody growing up and getting revenge back. We don't need nobody growing up to get no lick back. Kill the sons and kill the men. Take the daughters and take the wives. And we're having for ourselves. The fuck y'all think this is? And that's an after pill. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to my newsletter as well. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.